Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Had it the high note on you nuggers. Man, so Philadelphia and the Hawks. What the Doc Rivers, this is my problem with Doc Rivers. And everybody's like, oh, you too hard. No, I'm not. Doc Rivers is overrated, and I've been saying this for a long time. Doc Rivers does not know how to rotate his players. He doesn't know how to sit guys down to get their head back in the game. Ben Simmons is a liability. He can't shoot free throws, nothing down the stretch. Put his ass on the bench and put Melton out there. Hell, I would start Melton. Ben Simmons don't got it, man. And then down the stretch, Joel Embiid was getting banged up, getting pushed around, and then he was settling for threes because he wasn't getting the calls, but he was getting knocked around. He was coming up hurt and everything, and if Embiid get hurt, you're definitely in trouble because you don't got no guys besides Tobias. Tobias is the only other guy who can really create his shot. All Ben could do is run in transition. He's a poor man's LeBron. That's all he is. He can't play a half-court set. He has to run full court, full head of steam all the time because he can't play in the half court. He can't make the passes. He can't post up right. He's 6'10" and can't post up. He's in Embiid's way because if they had a real offense where they can move the ball, Embiid would be a way better player. He's great, but when you got somebody like Ben Simmons who's in your damn way, you can't really show how great you are. Early on, they shot who they shot out? They shot the Hawks out the gym early on. TRAE Young was having a terrible first half, but that was expected because Ben Simmons is a bigger body. Then he started cooking Ben Simmons. Second half came, he started being aggressive. John Collins being aggressive. My thing with Atlanta is I wish they would let John Collins operate in the post more. Because John Collins is very tough down there and he's very active. He got, I think, 3 or 4 putbacks off of the brick. He got it and dunked it. John Collins and Capella took this game over in the second half. Bogdanovich and Herter and Gallinari, I don't know what it is. These 3 guys are a part of the Euro connection. They are the Euro connection, dog. These guys, I don't even know if Herter from Europe. I think he's just a regular white boy. They are shooting guys out the gym. They are. They're shooting guys out the gym. Guys, Bogdanovich is because I remember Bogdanovich from Sacramento. That's why Sacramento struggled this year. Because see, what Bogdanovich would do last year, Bogdanovich would hit all the big shots. And then he would get hot at the right times. And he would ball out. Lou Williams coming off the bench. Lou Williams fits this team better to me than the Clips because he's allowed to do what he wants to do. He can handle the ball, and then like sometimes they'll leave Herter or Bogdanovich in there with him, and they'll run the point, and they'll let Lou catch the ball off of the screens, or they'll let him operate. And the thing I love about the Hawks are moving the ball. When they move the ball, they are very dangerous. The Sixers stop moving the ball and they start doing too much one-on-one in the second half. Seth was hot. I give shout out to Seth Curry, man. Seth is having a good playoffs. A guy who was thought of as, nobody. Everyone thought, yeah, he's just Steph Curry brother, but hey, man, he's showing that I'm Seth Curry. I'm not Steph's brother. I can actually play. And he was keeping the Sixers ahead. He was, Melton was, Maxey was, and Doc has got to make a choice. You've got to put one, you can't play Ben Simmons down the stretch in a close game. You just can't do it. And then situational basketball. The Sixers were settling for threes. Embiid, you got to get your ass in the post. Even if you're not getting a foul call, go to the post. I swear, these guys don't know basketball. These guys do not know basketball. Trae Young got hot in the fourth quarter. John Collins got hot. Ben Simmons tackled him. He was going to beat the hell out of Ben Simmons. But Ben copping the plea. I didn't mean to do it. That's what I'm saying. These guys here, man, it's just terrible, man. These guys don't know situational basketball. Down the stretch, this is how the Hawks got back in the game. The Hawks kept going to the basket. If Ben Simmons is this great defender, why he didn't keep them from getting to the basket? Trae Young was allowed to do what he wanted to do in the second half. Trae Young is not a joke. He is a problem. Trae Young is a damn problem. Trae Young like Bird. Bird, man, it's too cold in here. I hope John Collins stay, man. Atlanta's going to be a dangerous team for years to come. And like I was telling Burundi, man, they don't need Cam Reddish. Was that Burundi I told that to? I forgot who I told that to, but they don't need Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is they really don't need him. They really need Hunter. I think Hunter's been hurt. But their bench has been playing good. Solomon Hill, guys like that. Number 15, I can't think of his name. He's been fine, man. I mean, the Hawks have a good team, man. They have been good all year. Nate McMillan knows how to coach. He finally has a team who is healthy enough. His superstars are healthy. You got to give respect to Nate McMillan for taking over. But see, Atlanta was smart. They replaced the black coach with the black coach. Because if they would have replaced him with a white coach, that would have been bad. Their PR would have got hit. Now, the Sixers, they have to find out what they want to do. Embiid has got to stop settling for the shots. He's playing like John Randall. When you play like Julius Randle, when you play like Julius Randle and take all these wild shots, you have done the Hawks a favor. Now the Hawks could run. You guys cannot get into a shootout with the Hawks. The Hawks will win. The Hawks will win. Thibault, his defense is good on TRAE. But when he got taken off, I believe, TRAE just started going to work. He was killing Ben Simmons. Thibault, to me, is a better defender on him, but he was cooking Thibault. But the problem is, you let all those other guys get cooking. See, the Hawks don't... See, look, the Hawks... Trae Young don't need to score 30 or 40. All Trae Young got to do is have 20 and 10. That's it. That's it. Or he could have 16 and 10. Those guys can play off of the ball. Bogdanovich is a beast, man. He could play with the ball or without the ball. And Herder could do the same. Gallinari is tough. Gallinari is getting in these guys' head. He's battling down low. Him and Capella. Gallinari's coming off the bench just destroying them. And see, that's why they got Gallinari, because Gallinari knows how to stretch the floor, and he could put the ball on the floor, and he could post up. He could post up. So this game was great, man. They were going back and forth down the stretch. I give it a B+. Give it a B+. It was a good game. Good game. But Doc has got to sit Ben Simmons in the clutch. If you guys are in a nip and tuck battle down the stretch, you have to put Ben Simmons on the bench. If you don't put Ben Simmons on the bench, you guys are going to lose. Point blank, period. You're going to lose. Now, the LA Strippers versus the Mormon Jazz. The Clippers played like a championship team last night. Paul George and them got a lead. When you get a lead, Paul George is able to front run. Now, I am concerned with Kawhi's knee, because Kawhi came down kind of awkward when Bogdanovich fouled the hell out of him. Bogdanovich was out there playing dirty, pushing guys, but they weren't going to call it on Bogdanovich because they don't like the strippers. And the league basically don't like Kawhi. They do not like Kawhi, which I don't understand why. But they basically ran the Jazz out the gym. The Jazz, all you have to do is lock down the supporting cast. Donovan Mitchell's going to get his shots. Mitchell is keeping him in the game, man. I give kudos to Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's going to be one hell of a player, man. But he has to learn how to go left. He got to work on his left. Donovan Mitchell only can go right. If you trap him and keep him from going right, you will have Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz sputtered. Because that's the thing that Mike Conley does. If Mike Conley was in there, what Mike Conley would do is he would be able to put pressure on the defense, because he could go left or right. And he's very difficult to guard. Kobe said this a long time ago when he was critiquing Kyrie Irving. He said this is why Kyrie Irving is so great. He can go left and he can go right. He's ambidextrous, which you need to be in the NBA. You have to be ambidextrous. You cannot be one hand. And that's the problem with Julius Randle. They just kept pushing Julius Randle to his right, and he couldn't do nothing. Trae Young is a different animal. You want to push him left, but the thing is, Trae Young is so quick. He's so quick. I think he's the quickest guy we've seen since Allen Iverson. I'm serious, man. This guy runs the floor I think he runs the floor just like Allen Iverson, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually a point guard. He had 18 dimes season high. Now, the Clippers, Tyronn Lue is finally listening to everybody. You needed to play Luke Kennard. Kennard hit some big shots during the game. You got to play man. Man played great. Putting Beverly in there was very critical because Beverly's defense on Donovan Mitchell changed the game. His defense and his disruption on the court made the game go the strippers' way. The strippers basically stayed the course. Paul George can play when you have a lead. He's just like LeBrownies. He's a poor man's version of, well, he's a better skill player than LeBrownies. He's a better player, but as far as mental toughness, they're both the same. I think he might be a little weaker than LeBrownies. But if he's front running, Paul George is going to shoot you out the game because he felt comfortable. But see, or if you're down by like 20 or 15, he'll start balling. And that's the same thing LeBrownies do. And then people be like, man, he was trying to bring him back. No, he wasn't. He was just doing that because he had no pressure. So that's why he did it. But, we'll know today the severity of Kawhi Leonard. Because that dunk, did y'all see that dunk by Kawhi Leonard? Oh my gosh. Derek Favors should have retired at halftime. Derek Favors turned in his paper, said, look, I done did enough. I tried. It was a good run. He dunked on Derek. Kawhi Leonard caught body. Man, Kawhi Leonard's been catching bodies this postseason. But he has been the MVP of the Clippers because Kawhi's aggressiveness, when Kawhi plays aggressive, the Clippers are going to win. Because Kawhi Leonard has something that a lot of these guys don't have. Balls. And he could play with his back to the basket. He could play with his back to the basket. He's very fundamentally sound. But his only problem is he has weak knees. Now his knee, man, he kind of fell on it wrong. Like when he came down from getting fouled, he kind of stepped wrong, and he was grabbing that knee. You know, I'm hoping, man, because sometimes that could mean that could basically mean something bad. So, you know, we gotta see. Because I don't know, man. I mean, I hope he's not hurt, man. Because if Kawhi's hurt, the Clippers are done. They're not winning a game. They're out. If he gets hurt, it's over. It is over. But the Jazz, I mean, it wasn't hard. The Jazz, they shoot too many threes. Then when they were trying to go to the hole, they were being met. The lineup of Batum at center helps them a lot because Batum is long, and not only that, Batum can guard any position on the court. He can switch on. See, when you had Zubac in there, and in the first round they had Serge, they were getting killed because those guys couldn't switch over fast enough. But now that you have Batum in that small ball lineup, yeah, and then you have Kawhi, he could jump down and get rebounds. Kawhi could play the 5, 4, or the 3. You know, Kawhi is he's built different. He's 6'7" or 6'8", but he has a wingspan like he's 7'1" or 7'2". He has a long wingspan. He has huge hands, so he gives guys problems, and he plays the passing lanes perfectly. He's very fundamentally sound. So that lineup is great. Then the backup lineup with Beverly, Mann, Kennard, Zubac, great. That is a great lineup to bring in because you can't really do anything with that lineup. Kennard is hitting big shot after big shot. He should have been playing. That's why I'm like, Tyronn Lue's an idiot. Tyronn Lue don't know it about basketball. He don't. All he knows when he got crossed up by Iverson. So that game, I gave that game an A. Even though it was a blowout, it still was entertaining because Donovan Mitchell got dog in him, man. He got dog. If he work on a post game, work to his back to the basket, and work on his left, Donovan Mitchell gonna be unstoppable. For real. Now, I believe Brooklyn playing tonight. I think they're the only team playing tonight. Is Brooklyn and the Bucks. This is your time to shine, KD. But like I said, that's why I picked the Bucks in 7. I'm rooting for the Nets because of what the league's doing. But I told you guys, I said the Bucks are in 7 because the Bucks they're deep, and the thing about them, the NBA wants the Bucks to go. They want the Bucks to go. They're not calling nothing for the Nets. And the Nets, Kevin Durant has to understand that you're not going to get any foul calls. So you got to play the game. And I don't want him bringing the ball up. Put his ass in the post. Have him set up. And let somebody else bring the ball up. For real. You got Tyler Johnson. You got Mike James. You got Brown. Let them bring the ball up. Set the offense. Get the ball out and rotate. Don't just stay in a corner while KD operate. Move around. Set a screen to get somebody open. See, these guys do not play basketball no more. But what's funny to me is everybody was praising how great Steve Nash is, like a Charles Barkley, but now it's like, oh, they're in trouble. Why? I thought Steve Nash was this great coach. They always want to get a white guy the credit when everything's going good, but when everything's going bad, they blame the brother. And then people talking about they making excuses for KD. Nobody's making excuses for KD. KD accepts responsibility, unlike that bum. You LeBron fans don't like KD because y'all know KD is better. It's not even close. LeBron has never carried any goddamn team. And I'm finna make a video on that. LeBron has never carried a team. I gotta go back and do that video. I gotta find that video. I did that video a long time ago. And it's debunking the myth that LeBron didn't have help. And that's the name of the video. And I'm gonna show everybody. I'm gonna pull it up, and then I'm gonna do another video on the KD thing and the LeBron thing. And I'm going to destroy you LeBron fans and show you why he's not better than KD. And I'm going to show you. And then you guys say he's never carried nobody before. Okay, he didn't carry nobody. What happened when Westbrook got hurt? He carried that team to the second round. When Kevin Durant got hurt next year, Westbrook didn't even make the playoffs. And then people were saying KD was jealous when he said, y'all happy about this. KD was upset with how Russ was playing because the way Russ was playing, Kevin Durant knew when he comes back, Russ gonna be doing that same bullshit. And I'm gonna show you guys. Because I think you guys have a bad memory because you guys hate Kevin Durant. Me, is Kevin Durant my favorite player today? No, but he is the best player. But he's not my favorite. And then people talking about what Shannon Sharp said. Shannon Sharp, why didn't LeBron do that? LeBron has never carried a team. Even that year when Kyrie left, LeBron James, okay? LeBron James had Kevin Love. Right? He had Kevin Love. He had a good team. Wasn't a great team. They were a good team. But yet, you analysts love to try to make it a bad team. So I'm going to debunk that too. I'm finna ether this guy on my Facebook who keep tagging me. He's about to get blocked. Because he keep tagging me in these Durant posts. And I'm like, dog, Durant's not my favorite player. He's not in my top 5 of all time. And he keeps tagging me. I'm about to block his ass. And I'm trying to be nice. But because he shared my videos and he does this and everything. And that's cool. I respect that. But dog, stop tagging me. I done told him to stop tagging me in these posts. He keeps doing it. I'm finna block him. I mean, the next time and then I just had to ether him, and I had to ether his Jordan guy and LeBron. I just ethered him. I just send a bunch of posts out. Then I start sending news articles out. It's like, dog, stop crying like a little bitch over Jordan and pussy ass LeBron. Fucking idiots, man. But yeah. In order for the Nets to win, they got to move the ball. They have to get physical back. Have to. You got to keep Giannis from getting to the hole. Put pressure on Middleton. Make Middleton try to beat you. Drew Holiday, I'm not really worried about because Drew Holiday's not having a good game, but you got to put pressure on him. Don't let him just run down the court and get an open lane to the basket because he can score. Okay? The Bucks, keep doing what you're doing. Move the ball. Go inside. See, this was wrong with the Bucks. When they're winning, go inside. These idiots want to pull up and shoot threes all day. So, like I said, let me know how y'all feel about the game. I think the Bucks are gonna win the series in 6 now. I just don't see KD. KD's gonna do what he do, but I don't think his team is gonna be able to get over the top. I don't see it. I see the Bucks winning in 6. But yeah, let me know, man, in the comment section what you think about the games. I'm out. Deezy.